glitzy, chic, and no sweet and sour pork in sight. This newly opened upmarket Chinese restaurant in Sydney's CBD wouldn't look out of place in Shanghai or Beijing. Neither would Diana Ren, the Mandarin-speaking entrepreneur at its helm who came here to study but stayed on to go into the food trade.
I come from Shanxi province. It's the middle of China, near Beijing. My father is a really successful businessman in our province. So he teach me a lot. A majority of the students, they live here, they can find a good job. Because Australia, if you work hard, you can be successful.
She's one of the Mandarin-speaking migrants who are challenging Chinese food culture in Australia, and it's a long way from the Chinese takeaway of the 80s and 90s.
I came here around 10 years. When I have a holiday or go back to China, I found that it's Chinese cuisine is changed a lot. It have a new style. And also the mainland of Chinese people, they come into Australia. The concept of the Chinese food have been changing by people wanting more dishes rather than just the Cantonese food.
The shift represents China's burgeoning middle class and the affluence that it brings, extending to family who have migrated to Australia.
China developed very fast. All restaurant is look similar at my restaurant.
And the booming regional middle class brings their own niche tastes.
They're doing longevity noodles. It's one strip noodle, non-stop continuity.
How long can they go?
The longest noodle is 2,008 meters when they're showing Beijing Olympic Games. And it's a typical birthday dish, and it means longevity, healthy life.
And is this traditional from the Shanxi province?
Yes, from Shanxi province, which is my hometown.
So I'm guessing you wouldn't see this in Cantonese restaurants?
I'm the first restaurant doing this in the whole Australia.
The restaurant sector provides one of the clearest examples about how the wealthy Chinese middle class have changed the face of Chinese Australia, away from that of post-war Cantonese migration. Even the signature Peking duck shows the departure from Cantonese tradition in favour of more modern tastes.
Different with Cantonese duck, we not use a flash fry to put the oil. So our duck is super lean. We just remove the fat, the non-healthy duck fat.
So it's much more healthy. Would you say that's the representational of mainland Chinese food now?
Yes, it's more healthy.
But some perceptions are slow to fade.
There's some people, they come into my restaurant, they have a look at my menu and said, okay, you're not doing the Chinese food. I want real Chinese food. So in that time, I think it's a very important thing I have to do is changing people's perspective of Chinese culture. Some of them, they not accept.
So there's no Mongolian lamb on your menu?
No, if later we have, but I will improve that. Become healthy, presentable.
Mrs. Ren is hoping Mandarin Australia's dominance over the older Cantonese will spur on her young business.
Yeah, it's good for my business actually. Yeah, because they can fully understand my menu, yet understand my food. When they in China, they saw this kind of food, so they're familiar.
And in turn, make familiar northern Chinese culture. Andy Park, World News Australia.